So let's just say I do my shopping, which I do. Right? So I go and do my shopping wherever I'm doing my shopping at. Like you come and park your car in the disabled space. I've done my shopping. I'm having a cig outside. I've opened a bottle of beer. Ready for journey home. I don't like to smoke when I'm walking, so I smoke while I'm stood still. And then I go on my way. You know, but when I'm stood there having a cig after doing my shopping and drinking my beer, I see people parked in disabled spaces without blue badge, and I'm like, if anybody comes out, I'm gonna say something. I haven't rehearsed it in my head. I haven't rehearsed what I'm gonna say. You know, I'm just gonna say something. Why are you parked in a disabled space? My best fucking thing to say, because there's no answer for it if you haven't got a blue badge. There's no answer for it if you haven't got a blue badge. So why are you parked in a disabled place is the best one. Another one is, oh, here they come, the disabled people, to pick up the car from a disabled space without a blue badge. You know, I'm being a bit sarky. I'm being a bit narky. I'm being a bit fucking narky. Sarky. I'm being a bit. I'm being sarcastic. I'm making a scene because this is the way I teach people not to park in disabled space. So have you got an opinion? What's worse, drinking on the street and approaching people and telling people what they shouldn't be doing while I'm drinking, or parking in a disabled space? What's worse? What's worse? My drinking. What's worse? My drinking or people parking in a disabled space? Come on, there's only one answer. You know, there's no way you can get this wrong. You know, there's one answer that's right, and that's it. You can say what you want about me, but on this question, you know, there's only one answer. And I'm not going to tell you the answer until somebody dares fucking says, JoeKingAudits, you're right. You know, I'm not being self-righteous about it. I'm not being self-righteous about it. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to prove a point. This is what happens when you're an auditor, right? People believe so much in themselves that they won't listen. They won't listen for a start, and they won't even entertain the fact that you obviously know more than the police, or you know, okay, it is a security issue to film a police station or to film anything in that, for that matter. You know, it is a security issue, but you let Google do it whenever it wants. Okay, you can't find the exact dates on when the picture was taken on Google Maps. Well, actually you can, but you know, well, actually maybe you can't. Maybe it's encrypted, but I'm sure if you're a hacker, you can find out the personal details of every picture that's been taken on Google Maps, and you can fucking figure out the location, time, date, and like loads of information. You can get more information from a picture than people know. You know, every time I record something on my phone, it's date stamped. It's not location, but it's situated. It's within a region. Like they know where every picture's come from. within a region. They could probably triangulate it with the information on the picture, the information on the picture. But yeah, nobody can answer that question. Have you noticed? Nobody. 3 people came in, nobody answered it. It's funny, that, isn't it? It's funny, nobody can say, JoeKingAudits, you're right. You know, like, I don't want your approval. I'm asking you a serious question. Alright, let me put it this way. Who's better? A person that drinks on the street and approaches people parked in the disabled space to try and stop them from parking in a disabled space, ask them to move their car, and they've done the shopping, and all I'm saying is that can you not park in a disabled space again? Can you move your car now, please? Go on your way. No, that's all I'm saying. I never swore once. I got angry the last time it happened because she kept calling me a pedo in public, and I don't even know why she got on a pedo thing. I don't even know why she got on a pedo thing. No, she didn't call me a pedo multiple times. She just got pissed off and then called me a nonce in front of her own child, I think. I mean, maybe she wasn't a child, maybe it was a fucking work colleague, but she was fucking small, and she was giving me a lot of shit, you know. She looked like a teenager. She looked like fucking the lady's daughter. And that lady wasn't too bad, apart from like she didn't listen because she has no reason to listen to a fucking drunk guy on the street. Like, she knows she's wrong. That's why she couldn't acknowledge anything I said. When I said, can you move your car, please? She turned it around on me. When I said anything, she turned it around on me. And when I defend myself, she just repeats herself over and over again. And that's what women do, you know. And then they call you manipulative because you go, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm the fucking man of the house. You shut the fuck up and like treat me with a bit of respect, please. And they go, no, repeat themselves, try to brainwash you until you submit. And then they call you manipulative when you don't submit. Like, oh, so it's all your rules, is it? It's all your rules. Well, you're manipulative then. And it's like, well, it wouldn't have had to be, I wouldn't have had to put my foot down and say fuck you, bitch. If you just fucking were reasonable, you know. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you a perfect example. I like to play computer games. I told her this when I got with her. She fucking poured beer all over my laptop. Being horny. She sat on my lap and she fucking spilt a drink all over my laptop. It completely fucks it up. I tried to clean it, I tried to fucking dry it, I tried it out for days, for 2 days, then I opened it, I looked inside, it were all fucking sticky and dry. So I tried to clean it with cotton wool and water. And I turned it back on and it fucking blew up. Obviously I shouldn't use water. I know that now. I did dry it out afterwards, but well, water and washing up liquid, but that's all I had. And my laptop blew up, and she said, like, you should have just turned it on. Like, you should have just tested it beforehand. And I'm like, yeah, I would have tested it, but when I opened it, I would have tested it if I looked inside and I'd be like, oh yeah, that looks all right. But when I opened it, there were fucking burnt out bits because it were on when she poured fucking cider on it. There were burnt out bits, and I was just like, it was just like a layer of gooey, sticky cider on it. I could just see it. It were all like a blanket of sticky water. It was just dried on it. So I tried to fucking clean all that off, and it blew up anyway. But regardless of what I did wrong, it doesn't matter. She poured fucking, like, I'm not saying like she owes me a new laptop. I'm not saying buy me a new laptop. I'm not saying like, because I know she can't afford it. I can't afford it either. I'm saying let me use your laptop instead. I live with you. Why can't I use your laptop? Your laptop's better than mine anyway. Oh, but I use my laptop to listen to music, and that's about it, and upload photographs. I says, well, you can still do that. You can still do that. You can listen to music while I'm playing a game. It's like, yeah, but I can't search. And I'm like, well, actually, you can. There's this thing called Spotify, and if you skip on your phone, you can skip on the computer. Oh, I only listen to music on YouTube. And I'm manipulative. That's called manipulation when I do that. When I make reasonable arguments. I mean, is that not a reasonable argument? Hello, Renan. Wow, Renan's back. How are you? Fine. How much have you smoked today? At least, like, what time is it? Today or since I've been awake? It depends. Today's a bit of a blur. What time is it now? Oh, in 2 hours I'll have been awake for 24 hours. Today, since 12 o'clock, I have smoked like less than 10 cigs, to be honest. Why have you been awake for 24 hours? Well, it was 12 o'clock when I got paid. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had job centre at R3, so I called in sick. And I just said I've got depression and anxiety. And then well, actually I didn't just say that. I told him all the other fucking shit that's going on with landlord and stuff. Because I've got to explain myself every time, When I call in sick, I can't just say, yo, I'm still suffering with depression and anxiety. Because they won't have it. They're going, you're supposed to be on limited capabilities for work, Joe. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm sick. So all I do now is I call up and I go, yo, depression and anxiety because of this, and this, and this, and this. Sorry, I haven't been able to get to doctors right now. Plus, I'm not taking medication. You know? I can't take medication because it doesn't help. Watches Joe is insatiable. He needs to stream all the time. Watches, comma, Joe or full stop. Yeah, watches. Dear watches. This is what he meant. Dear watches, comma. Or is it dear, comma, watches? I don't know how to write a letter. Joe is insatiable. You should have put a full stop there. Or a comma. A comma would be alright. You know? Watches. Joe is insatiable. Actually, it's more like a full stop. Joe is insatiable. He needs to stream all the time. It's true. It's right. Renee knows me. Unfortunately. Bloody stalkers. And it seems like Renee's pissed off at me now for some reason. I don't know why. Hope he gets some good rest. Lock. Boo. You know, like, you do know that I don't have no friends. Like, you guys are the only people that I really talk to. Unless I audit somebody. You know, that's it. You know, you try and do that. I mean, I've got my housemates and we fucking chat now and again. We are your friends. Exactly. You know? That's why I stream all the time, really. I'm fucking lonely. Well, it's not just that. The reason I started streaming all the time is that I started doing it for safety. Because I got beat up by two guys. I got 2 phones stolen off me in the space of a week and 1 day. 2 Sundays on trot. And I got a bit of PTSD. So every time I went out, I was just like fucking... I mean, I started streaming before that, to be honest. But it's exactly the same reason. Like, people were fucking attacking me left, right and centre. Like, somebody, like, a fucking security guard at Weatherspoons grabbed me around the neck. Like, he like, put me in a chokehold. And all I was doing was just stood there in public. And then he chased me around the table a bit, and then he fucking grabbed me around the neck. And then, once he grabbed me around the neck, he went, "What am I doing?" And then he let go. Straight away. And I went, "What are you doing?" And he just fucking walked off. You can't make it up. You know? So, I like, you know, if you're going to be a cunt, I'll fucking live stream you being a cunt. So, now I can't go anywhere without live streaming. I'm sorry I don't make more videos, but I can't even concentrate on auditing. When I'm out there, my safety is number 1. What you see is number 2. And well, actually, no, that's not even number 2. Like, what you see is fucking 100. I've got to do all sorts of shit, man. I've got to look out. I've got to find these cunts. I've got to fucking look at everything and study everything to find out a problem. You know? I mean, like, I'm happy if there's no problems. I'm happy if I can just walk down the street and go, that looks alright. You know, it's nice and tidy. It's organised. There's no rubbish hanging about. Okay, like, security is a bit lacking. You could just walk in. But, you know, there's no to steal anyway. There's no to fucking rob. It's just like standing outside a shop window, you know? You can just walk in, stand outside the shop window, have a look inside. There's no problem, you know? The only problem is when you got a camera and you're walking around. That's the only fucking problem. But things are obviously changing. Yes, yes. I'm just stood there, recording police officers in a police car, waiting for traffic to clear. And they're like panic. Well, I won't say they're panicking, but they're all nervous because they're on film. They're like, yo, 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 yo. It's like I'm just stood there. It's like, yo, you all right? Sorry about this, but it's just the way it is, you know. I just want to see your angry stare. I just want to see you get annoyed. I just want to I want to make it awkward, just to see what you do. You know? So we just like there's no awkward silence, but there's an awkward pause while I'm just stood there recording while they're waiting for fucking traffic to clear, and I'm just like, and you know, I promised myself that I wouldn't look at the camera. I wouldn't look at the camera. I'll look them straight in the eyes, you know, and be proud of me doing what I'm doing. Even though there's no need for it, you know. There's no need for me to record them. There's no need for me to record them. Other than, you know, flashing blue lights gets fucking views. But it's not even about that with me. I wanna look directly in their eyes and see and try to find out what they're all about. Because I'm very judgmental like that. You know, this guy says, "Yo, I'll meet you somewhere for YouTube." And he goes, I've just moved to fucking Bradford. And that shows up, picks me up, and he goes, don't tell anybody my number plate. I'm like, what do you mean don't tell? Well, I didn't say that, but I was just thinking it. Don't tell anybody my number plate. I just got into a random stranger's car and it says don't tell anybody my number plate. I was just thinking he's got no insurance, no license. It's a stolen car. It's not roadworthy. Because I don't like cars. Like, I haven't been in a car since I got COVID. No. Since I cleaned my room with neat bleach. And then I went all dizzy. And I just felt like I was going to pass out all the time. And it was late at night. And I just wanted to go to bed. I started cleaning at like fucking tea time or whatever, after tea time. And I'm like wiping everything down. I thought it was diluted. I just spray everything, leave it for a couple of minutes, all germs are fucking dead. And wipe it down with soapy water. But it was fucking Milton. What's it called now? Hydrogen peroxide or hydrogen chloride or something. It's like hydrogen chloride. It's bleach. It's fucking bleach. And Milton's actually a weak bleach. It's not actually that concentrated. But if you use it neat, fuck me. I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't get rid of the smell. The more I wiped everything, the more I could just have this, like, I can't really explain it. It's like a really strong acid. Well, it is an acid, I guess. Hydrogen. What did I say about hydrogen? What's the stuff that I use in wine? Hydrogen. Peroxide is peroxide. Oxide. Potassium. Phosphorus. Phosphorus makes acid, right? So let's say hydrogen. What's the fucking hydrogen? The hydrogen type of bleach. So you can get hydrogen. Hydrogen chloride, hydrogen. Dioxide, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen phosphate, hydrogen salt, hydrogen peroxide, I think it's called, or hydrogen chloride. Wait a minute, I've got to look that up. So hydrogen peroxide removes sulfur. Sulfites, sulfur, potassium oxide, I guess. Is that right? I think it said. You know what hydrogen peroxide is? Hydrogen peroxide is HO. HO2. H2O. H2O O2 or something. I forgot already. H2O2. H2O. H2O2. Slits. Oxide. Hydrogen peroxide. Oxidation is rust, right? So that means the molecules. Hydrogen. Oh, yeah, because they've got they've got two fucking oxygen particles as well. Anyway, it don't really matter. Like, you get this fucking stuff called hydrogen peroxide in like a bottle. It's like 5% hydrogen peroxide, and the rest sterile water. What do you call that fucking water that's inert water, you know, sterile, fucking flavourless water, mineralless water. What do you call the water that's fucking purified? Purified water. No, it's not purified. So it's 5% hydrogen peroxide. You put like a capful, maybe about 5 milliliters at most. Yeah, probably about 5 milliliters, you know, like a couple of teaspoons of this hydrogen peroxide. In fact, it's probably too much, but I kept increasing the dose, and I kept increasing the dose until I stopped getting dizzy spells after drinking a bottle of red wine. And sometimes I get dizzy spells, and sometimes I don't get dizzy spells after drinking red wine. But usually I can like tell. Sometimes it happens a couple of days later. I get dizzy spells from after if I drink a bottle of wine, like, you know, 4 days ago. I think 4 maybe it might be maximum, but like a couple of days, like 3-4 days at most, I start having dizzy spells, and I'm like, what the fuck have I eaten with sulfites? And I ain't. It's just the wine. It's fucking catching up with me 4 days later. Well, it's the sulfites in the wine. Like, the alcohol dissipates out of your body after, you know, hours, 4 hours in it. Alcohol starts fucking like becoming neutral after like 4 hours. So if you have a pint now, 4 hours, there won't be any sign of it left. No, it might be 8 hours. But, so I put this fucking hydrogen peroxide in a bottle of wine, shake it up, take the fucking cork out again, and then what I do is I just like put the cork back on, leave it for a bit, and then I'll lift the cork back off, and it goes boop, because there's a bit of pressure that's built up from this hydrogen peroxide having a chemical reaction with the sulfites in wine, and CO2 is released. Like the chemicals come together, break apart completely, and create a new molecular structure, which is CO2. Well, the carbon comes from the air, I guess, but the hydrogen just uses up all its energy, fueling the chemical reaction. Well, it probably doesn't use up all its energy, but if there's any hydrogen particles left after the chemical reaction, they just fucking go into the air as well, because hydrogen is the fucking lightest gas that we have in it. Lightest element. Is it lightest gas and densest molecular structure or something? The densest element. It is the densest fucking element, isn't it? Because it's got a number, and it's like the highest number on the periodic table. Every element that's been discovered after hydrogen has a lower value compared to hydrogen, so that must be the element with the most mass, right? The lightest gas, but the heaviest element. What does that tell you about gravity? I'll tell you what it tells me about gravity. E equals mc squared does not affect gravity. Does not make gravity. Mass does not create energy. It doesn't create energy enough to create a force called gravity. I'll tell you how I think gravity works. There is no such thing as gravity. What happens is every molecule in your body, every atom in your body is vibrating at a frequency, and all the frequencies are like fighting for dominance, right? And sometimes, well, every second of the day, like we get into synchronicity. So what happens is an element is vibrating. I think what's happening, because there's degradation of these atoms, right? There's degradation of these atoms. They're always they're always breaking apart in just about every element we know of. They're always degraded and breaking, like little fractions of atoms are breaking off all the time. So what I think happens is these fucking things vibrate, and the energy it uses, like vibrating, the stuff that comes off these atoms, the degradation, is a byproduct. Scientists can tell you what the fucking byproduct is, but it's not an element anymore. It's reacted with the environment and become a different compound. And well, actually, it's become. What I think's happening is, maybe it's become a compound, but I think a little bit of every fucking atom breaks off, fills the space around its fire. So just say I vibrate like that, right? So that's when it goes like that, it creates space here. When it goes like that, it creates space here, and it's doing it on a it's doing it on a 720 degree dimension. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but it's spin an atom. No, is it a neutron? A neutron and a proton, electron, like the spin with 720 degrees rotation. Don't ask me how it does that, but you know, and what I think is that frequencies are all vibrating. They're not spinning on a 720 degree vibration. They're constantly, like, every fucking bit of it is just vibrating at the same time, like, you know, like in different like areas, and sometimes like it goes wrong. It's chaos. You know, it's fucking chaos. I think the reason they say it spins in a 720 degree rotation is because like the movement is measurable. The energy depleted from, you know, an element can be quantified. So they go, well, you know, it must be moving 720 degrees rotation to even like to use that much energy. They've come up with a theory of how atoms do what they do. They can actually see protons and electrons doing what they do, but when you look at a proton and an electron and what did I say, the other thing, a nucleus, it changes its behaviour. Well, actually, it doesn't change its behaviour. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do in science. So they're like, well, that's counterintuitive. That's what they call that, counterintuitive. You know, we know for a fact from our measurements that this should be doing this. But when we look at it, it does something completely different. So they say that the facts of observing something actually changes. Well, you know, it's not actually observing something. You're not looking at it with your naked eye. You know, you're looking at it under a telescope with a camera. You know, it's not. You're not actually watching it. You're not even using a telescope. Using bloody like sensors to pick up like vibrations and what's it called, radiation and heat. Using all these detection things to find out what it's doing. No one's ever seen a fucking 720 degree rotation. It's impossible. You know? Our minds can't comprehend that. My mind definitely can't comprehend that. But I mean, even if it is spinning on a 720 degree rotation, that means it's folding up on itself, and like, you know, that's going to create friction, and that's going to create degradation, and that's going to create energy, like that's going to expend its energy. So, like, it's explainable. Like, if you just think about it reasonably, but they call it counterintuitive. It's not counterintuitive. It's only counterintuitive because scientists expected something different. How can it be counterintuitive if that's what happens in nature? They found that the Earth makes its own nuclear generators, nuclear powered generators. They found natural processes in the Earth that produce nuclear generators. And what do? They mine all the uranium out of this fucking natural wonder of the world and stop nature from like doing what it was doing for 2 billion years. Well, actually, it started being a nuclear reactor 2 billion years ago. It took like as long as the world were being created. It took that long to like sort this nuclear reactor out on planet Earth, and then men just come and fucking steal all the uranium and stop all the fucking natural processes. And this one fucking scientist who went, I don't like that, you know. We've got like we had this one bloody natural nuclear reactor on the planet, and you've made it extinct. You've actually made like this thing extinct. It's not actually doing what it should have done for another 10 billion years probably. It would have never stopped, you know. It would have never stopped doing that. With all that, but it wasn't efficient. The Earth wasn't doing it efficiently, but it was doing it cleanly. It was doing it cleaner than our nuclear reactors, because you know nuclear power is clean. You know, there's nothing else is expended apart from radiation. But radiation's everywhere, and right. There's no that comes out but fucking CO2. Oh. Even the CO2 is fucking recycled into oxygen and carbon, I suppose. Soot and oxygen, because they use oxygen. They use heavy water, which is oxygenated water, I think, isn't it? Or is it H2O? So H2 is 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 oxygen molecule, right? Is that right? So heavy water is 2 hydrogen molecules and 2 oxygen molecules. No, that's fucking hydrogen peroxide. Anyway, they use oxygenated water to make fucking nuclear power plants more efficient. But what was my point to all this? The planet created a nuclear reactor. What was I talking about before that? It was important. Yeah, nuclear, like when uranium's depleted, you have to store it in like blocks of concrete under the ground. They just bury it in blocks of concrete under the ground. or actually some like people put it under the ocean, well, under the ground, under the bed of the ocean. Like, I'm not making it up. You know, some people, like, once the human race has been annihilated, which is always a possibility. You know, the sun don't take no prisoners if that wants to fucking burn us alive on this planet. It will do that, you know. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I think the sooner we get off this planet, the better. Colonise a different planet, the better. But I still don't know what my point was. There was a point to all this. Nobody helps me. Come on, remind me what I was saying about 5 minutes ago. Or 10 minutes ago, probably, because I fucking got sidetracked. Totally lost signal, so I didn't hear your answer. Have you been paid, got food, etc.? Yes. I kidnapped you to go to pub. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying beforehand as well. Just informed. You know, you said. I remember you saying like, don't fucking like take my number plate. Like that's the first thing I did when I It's the first thing I did when I met you, because you know my safety is paramount. Your privacy is second. My safety is first. And I'm sorry I didn't fucking tell you, but I made a highlight, but it's just for me. You know, it's just for me. Plus, you know, what can you get from a number plate? But it made me nervous when you said that as well, like, because it's like I don't know what you think like people can achieve from getting your number plate. I mean, you know, if people recognise you in your car, they're going to recognise you in your car. They're not going to recognise you for your number plate. Unless they're fucking super fucking crazy, you know. But yeah, I have to take. I have to fucking cool myself. Sorry I didn't tell you. But you were like, you started like telling me that, and I'm like, too late. I've already fucking took your number plate. But, you know, it'll never see the light of day, that video. It was just for my fucking safety. Yeah, it made me nervous. Like, have you got a driving license? Have you got insurance? You know, are you on the run? What's your story? When you said you're gonna like meet me, I was like, all right, we can go to B&M. And then hopefully the cameras will pick you up, pick me up. And if I have to fucking get in your car, which I didn't actually want to do, then at least you know, camera might see it. Because I am paranoid to fuck. You know, I was paranoid before YouTube. Now I'm even more paranoid. And people think it's a mental illness being paranoid. It's not a mental illness. You know, if you've got reason to be paranoid, if you're walking on the edge of a on this like edge of a bloody mountain that if you slip off of, you're almost definitely gonna die. You're gonna be more vigilant about where you step. You're gonna walk slower. You're gonna fucking like pay more attention. You know, that's paranoia. That's being paranoid. You know, you're on flat land. You know, like usually you don't fucking like, when you walk, when you put your foot on the floor, you don't fucking wobble off the edge, do you? But so you've got this path on the edge of a cliff. You can easily put one foot in front of the other, and like as long as the floor don't give way underneath your feet, you're not gonna fall off. But when you've got a cliff that you can fall down, you're not gonna walk down. You're not gonna walk like you're walking down the street, are you? That's paranoia. People always like woke. Woke used to be a good thing. Like the awakening, they used to call it. Like, this is the awakening. This is the period of awakening. Now woke is a bad thing. You know? I'm proud of being woke. I'm proud of being awake. You know, like, we never called it woke back then. We called it waking up. Waking up, that's what we used to call it, waking up. Wake up! This is the way society is. Don't pretend. Don't ignore it. Fucking idiot. I mean, you know. You're always going to get people that just want to fucking just let everybody get on with their own life. Just mind your own business, you know. Keep calm and carry on. There's another saying, I can't remember what it was now. Don't panic. Chill out. Calm down. No, if you get angry, right? If you get angry and you're like out of control and like there's no reasoning with you. Like just like let's say if I got angry about a police officer parked on WL lines with his blue lights on and he's sat there in his car doing paperwork, but he's still got his on, and I go, yo, parked on WL lines and you got your lights on still. Can you turn your lights off? Is it an emergency now? And he's like, oh, I was dealing with an emergency ages ago. Oh, it's not an emergency now, is it? Can you turn your lights off, please? And he goes, I'm not gonna fucking do what you say, you know. I'll turn the lights off when I'm ready. I'm parked on WL lines, it's a dangerous area to park. And then I just flip out and go, oh, you're just doing it despite me. And you know, I'm not listening to the police officer's reasons why he's got his blue lights on. I'm not listening. I forgot what my point is again. Anger. Like, like flying off the rails. I'm not listening to the police officer anymore. He's trying to explain himself as best he can. And I just fly off the handle. Which I've done sometimes. You know? I'm not gonna pretend like I don't make mistakes. But most of the time, even if I'm flying off the handle now, you know, even if I get angry, you know, I'm all right. I'm all right with myself. Where I know I'm not gonna like fucking punch someone in the face or like hit somebody, you know, or push a police officer. I'm not gonna do that. Apart from certain circumstances. So I've actually got my trial date for alarm, harassment and distress on if you do not attend the case, in the case the court may hear the case in your absence and may issue a warrant for your arrest. Please bail. If you are on bail for the offence, you do not have to return to the police station. Bail has been cancelled. You know when I were on bail, I answered my bail, and then they just give me a fucking a letter saying you're no longer on bail, and the first hearing will be on this date, but we'll send the details in the post. And if you have a solicitor, your solicitor will fucking get a copy. They asked me to sign receipt of the summons, I suppose. Is it a summons? Arrest summons. They asked me to sign it, and I was like, do I need a lawyer? Do I need a lawyer to sign this? No. I haven't even read it, and you're like, just sign here. And I'm like, I haven't even read it yet. I'm like, oh, you don't need to write it. It's just to say you've received it. And I'm like, well, why am I writing on the same piece of paper with all this shit? Why am I writing on a piece of paper like it's a contract if all I'm signing is a receipt? Maybe you should like put it on a different piece of paper and say like, if you sign this, you are admitting you have got your arrest summons. Like, it says on here, like, if you do not. Oh, let me sign this one. It says if you do not answer bail or something, the maximum is life sentence. You know, I'm signing that when it says the maximum is a life sentence. For what? Alarm, harassment and distress. No, it was for breach of bail. When I read it later, it was just like, if you do not answer bail, the maximum punishment is life imprisonment. I mean, I can't sign this without a lawyer when it says fucking life imprisonment right there. No chance. Feels like I'm signing my death warrant. I don't sign anything anyway. Because like, I don't understand it. I'm not a lawyer, man. I can't understand this shit. I can understand the first line. On this date, at that time, you must appear at the court. Or telephone to answer the charges. My solicitor, he kept saying, just I'll ask the judge if we can go for the lesser crime of like section 5 public order offence or something like that. Section 4 maybe. Maybe I should look that up. I don't know not to. I'm not fucking lying. But you know, he wanted me to plead guilty for swearing, because I did swear, and causing him offence by swearing. So just a public order offence. But the only evidence he's got that I alarmed, harassed and distressed him is his fucking statement, which he just says, oh, it's the worst I've ever had. And me swearing. And my video footage of me swearing at him. I didn't even swear that much. You know, I stopped myself from swearing so much, and then when I finally got out of his property, because he asked me to leave like straight away. He didn't give a shit about what I was going through, you know. He did, like I got assaulted like at least twice, just minutes before this. And I was umming and ahhing whether to call the police on this guy. And I'm just like, I mean, he was just doing his job. And I was just recording in the door. All they had to do was shut doors. There was dust coming out of these doors. Like, they were like a fan that were blowing the dust out of the doors. And I was just like, this can't be fucking acceptable. So I had a word with him, and like, then he just fucking comes at me. He just comes at me, pushes me, and then he just randomly starts cleaning his car. Like, why are you cleaning? You just had an altercation with someone, and you're like spraying down your car with bleach, and fucking scrubbing it and shit. I just, I don't even know what happened. And then the security guard goes, "Oh, somebody's rashed you up. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And I'm like, you're gonna have to ask me to leave. I'm the one that gets assaulted, and you're gonna ask me to leave. And he goes, "Well, I don't know what's going on, but apparently you have been causing trouble, and yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And I'm like, "Well, I was walking out of this place anyway. I'm just walking through." And he's like, "Well, I've still got to tell you. Still got to tell you, you're not allowed on here anymore because you've been causing trouble." Blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm getting like pissed off at this point. I'm just like, all right, fine, I'm going. Leave me alone. "Oh no, I've got to escort you off the property." I'm like, okay, well, escort me off the property, but just fucking just keep your distance. Just stay over there. And it's like, no, it's all right, man. It's all right. Just as long as you leave, I won't have to do anything. I won't. But he's just like edging closer and closer. Like he's like, you know, two 2.5 meters away from me, walking parallel with me, talking to me as I'm walking out of the place. And I'm like, I just want to fucking get out of here, and just, maybe we can have a conversation. So I walked like, I didn't even walk off the path. This guy was just like edging closer to me all the time, and then it just like got behind me, and I'm like, I'm leaving. So you can't see this shit, can you? So we're like this parallel, right? We're walking like this, and he's just getting closer and closer. I'm on pavement here. He's just getting closer and closer. And then he sort of just backs off a little bit, and then he just gets in behind me, and I'm like, I'm going out this way because there's some steps to get out of the actual fucking premises. And he gets right up behind me, and I'm like, it's just too close, and there's fucking like barriers and like stuff that I can trip over, and I'm walking backwards, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just like stop being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive. Like, well, just fucking step back a bit, you know. So eventually I just stopped, and I said, "Okay, I'm not gonna go out of this place until you like until like I'm I think I'm safe. You get there's steps up here, right? There's like a barrier, uh, like a metal pole over here. This guy's cornered between metal pole. I stepped out behind metal pole because I didn't want to get like bombed on metal pole. I didn't fucking trust him. I actually thought he was gonna like push me or something. Get behind me and start pushing me into something. I actually thought he was gonna do that, so I turned around and I just said, "Just step back now, please." And he won't step back. No, it's all right. It says he's alarmed, harassed, and distressed, and he's getting right up behind my back. What kind of person? I mean, all right, he's a security guard. He's got to do his job still. But if someone alarm, harassment, and distress is quite a fucking serious matter. It means that you've like impeded on somebody so much that the victim can't fucking can't escape from the situation and can't fucking like You know, they can't handle the situation. They can't handle the offence that you are causing, because like you just won't stop. But it wasn't like that. I will leave anyway. This guy came up to me and he called me aggressive because I was swearing. My solicitor's just like, oh, just take the lesser crime of swearing, public order offence. I'm like, but that's the only fucking evidence he's got. If I fucking plead guilty to that, I'm fucking guilty for alarm, harassment and distress then, if he thinks it's fucking alarm, harassment and distress. So I told him on numerous occasions, I'm like, no, I'm not guilty. Simple as. Oh, really? £60. Um, Not actually £30. Because my mate paid me back as well. Um, it's all on live stream, you know. I can't really argue if it's a public order offence or not. But he's a security guard. A guy swearing at me, going like, fuck off, leave me alone, get back in your hut. He said I were aggressive because I said come out here then, and he goes, why do you want to come out here, because you're gonna like fight me or something? I'm like, no, if you come out here, I'm gonna tell you to get back on your property. You know? Because he's like, you know, get out of here, without even like listening to my side of the story, which is fine, you know, we're going anyway. But I was just like, story of my life, you know. I'm the one that gets fucking assaulted, pushed me twice, chased me around the car park. What else did he do? And then he fucking like would playground bullying me because I went help. I actually shouted help like 3 times. I went help, help, help. He just kept coming at me. Pushed me once, and then I got away. And then I stood there and I just remained silent. And he's like, go on or something, or like, what is he saying? Oh, like, get out of here, piss off. I don't think he swore, he just went, a bit harsh and walk on or something, walk on. Uh, jog on or something, you know, like chavvy shit, jog on. When he were bullying me, like, hell, he like crying, he did a little cry, like, help me, help me. And I'm like, you're taking piss out of me, but you actually stopped in your tracks when I did that. You stopped in your tracks when you did that. I think he's got like psychological issues. He's bullied people, and now all he can see in his mind is him bullying somebody or his friends bullying somebody, and them just on the floor crying and like, you know, help, oh, oh, you know, imagine having to fucking go through that in your in your mentality. Then imagine after you went through that. I did that to my brother. There's not a day that I don't remember that. Like every day I remember that. That's why I try really hard not to fucking hurt people and not to offend individuals. I'll take piss out of religion. I'll take piss out of fucking races. I'll take piss out of like society. I'll take piss out of fucking Queen for fuck's sake, you know. I'm not actually. I have no loyalties. I'm an anarchist. I have no loyalties. I mean, if somebody had the same sort of like understanding of the way society should be, then I'd probably respect them. But everybody just wants the same fucking shit that we've had for years. Everybody just wants democracy. Nobody wants democracy, but like people are scared of anything else. People are scared of a dictatorship. People are scared of socialism. People are scared of anarchy. People are scared of what I think should happen if the prime minister gets sacked. You don't employ the bloody opposite party or whatever. You don't employ the fucking second favourite party. You've got to do a new election, and while that's happening, the civilians are in charge. The civilians make the decisions. Obviously, they can't make no big decisions, but you know, if you need a decision, you put it. The civilians put it to Parliament. You have one spokesperson for the whole of the civilization, and get the computer to decide what's the main issue, and then the guy puts down a solution in Parliament, and we sign the paper and we'll pay it back in 3022. You know, like I think we've actually got enough debt. Like we can't actually pay it back for 1,000 years, even if like shit stayed the same right now. There's no inflation. There's nobody more debt. If we just started paying our debts back right now, it'd take us till. Well, actually, it don't really work like that. It don't really work like that because every time someone dies and someone's born, like the dead guy's money stops getting created. Actually, it stops getting created when you get a pension, but you can still create money even if you're retired because of inflation and expenditures. Just say it's 17.5% tax, like all the way through this guy's life. And he's worked all his life, you know, like he's doing as much work as he can on minimum wage. He didn't hardly pay any tax. He paid a little bit, you know. Like he probably paid loads of tax, to be honest, because you know, even if he owns a bit over 12 grand or whatever, he's still getting taxed on £1,000 over 12 grand, you know. So that's like what, 17.5%. It's 17 pounds 50 a year over 50 years. That's 4,000, 40,000. What did I say? 200 a year. If he earns 1,000 over a year, it's 100 quid. 100 quid on it. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's 200 quid. Nearly 200 quid. After national insurance and fucking everything else, it's definitely 200 quid. But that comes straight out of his wages. He's still got to pay fucking housing benefits and council tax and bills. What does he pay to government? DVLA. The DVLA is the Queen's company, isn't it? That has a crown on it. Department of Vehicle What was DVLA stand for? DVLA. Legislation. Department of Vehicle License. Department of Vehicle Licensing Administration. Most of them fucking words are not needed. Department's not needed. Administration is not needed. Like, the only thing that's needed is driving license registration. That's it. Driving license and registration. Vehicle licensing and registrations. Do you know what registration is? You know, have you been to school? Yeah. Joe. Yes, miss. Here, miss. No, actually, you were Mister. Most of the time. Actually, no, we had a lot of fucking female teachers in. Do you think teachers get fucking attracted to the students? No, the students definitely get attracted to the teachers. Do you think the teachers get attracted to the students? No, they're there for a couple of years, you know. Like actually, when we're doing coursework, once we started getting older, you know, once we started getting fucking old enough to fucking, you know, want to be having sex and shit. That's when we were doing a coursework. So we had the same English teacher for 4 years. My English teacher, seriously, I think she wanted to fuck my brains out for some reason. She kept praising me for my fucking, like, just the way I look at things. I didn't even read Romeo and Juliet. I watched the film in school, and I started it and I read the fucking first page with prologue and fucking back page, and actually I didn't have a back page, but and I fucking read I didn't read the first chapter. I read the first paragraph of the first chapter, and then I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Like, because we were reading it in school as well. We were reading it in school, and then she's like, right, don't have time to read this book in school. You've got to go home, read all this book, and then give me a summary about what happened, and do not, like, I don't know, do not fucking use the film storyline as the basis of your thesis, basically. And so what I did is I read the first paragraph and I read the prologue, and then I got to where I was in the class, and then I started reading that because I was getting almost interested in it, but the words are just so fucking time consuming. And, you know, I get distracted easily. I love playing fucking football and cricket and going out, drinking beer on the streets. I started drinking beer on the streets when I was 13, 12. I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm not encouraging it. It's not a fucking good way to start your life, to be honest. I used to steal money out of my dad's pocket when I was asleep in the bedroom next to my mother. Regardless if they were fucking naked or not, with the quilt fucking hanging off, I didn't give a shit, me. I'm not a very fucking I'm not very shy when it comes to the body, the naked body, to be honest. I mean, if I pulled my pants down and go, oh, that's small, and started laughing at me, I'd probably fucking, you know, that'd like get to me. You know? But most of the time, I only have compliments. But the naked thing. My mum went to the toilet once. And she was like, her boobs were fucking bobbling about, and fanny flaps were bloody blowing in the fucking wind because the windows were open. I'm joking. Not that bad. I didn't look that deeply into it. But my mum's like, oh, like, don't look. And then she's like running to her bedroom. I'm like, Mum, I'm 13 years old. You drive me to school in a larder. I got Netto and Lidl bags as my fucking like bags to put my PE kit in. I get one pair of shoes per year. If the sole goes halfway through the year, because I play football with a tennis ball in at the break time, you've got to put up with it for a year or until it fucking falls off. Because, but I actually understand why they did that. I actually understand why they did that. Because like my feet were just constantly growing. So I get fucking shoes that are like at least one size bigger. By the end of the year, I need a new pair of shoes anyway. So I understand why I do that, but they always bought me decent shoes, like comfortable shoes. They took me out, and like money's no object. Just get the cheap ones. They didn't used to say that. But what about these? I'm like, yeah, they're fine. I didn't give a shit about shoes. I did not give a shit about shoes. I give a shit about my football boots, and my cricket boots, and my cricket bat, and my cricket gloves, and my cricket pad. I give a shit about that. I didn't give a shit about my school shoes. Right. I'm sorry, I've got to do paperwork. I've got to find out where I'm supposed to be. The police look at your record and go, "Oh, you're known to the police, aren't you?" And I'm like, well, I shouldn't be really, I've never been found guilty of anything. And like, oh, you've got all these charges. And I'm like, yeah, but I haven't been convicted of any of them. And it's like, yeah, but when you've got like all these charges on your record, there must be something to it. I couldn't believe it. I was being like, I came for a voluntary interview. Well, they called it a voluntary interview, but they decided to put me in cell while they fucking sorted themselves out. And I had to fucking take my bloody pants off and jumper and shoes and get slippers. I searched my bag, he put fucking bag in the evidence locker, he took my phone off me. That was supposed to be a voluntary interview. I'm like, so am I being arrested? I went, well, you technically are still arrested because you're on bail. So, you can do what we want with you. I'm like, why am I going into cells now then? So it's like, well, you just gotta get shit ready and then you can fucking come. Why can't I fucking wait outside? I seriously sat in that cell for about 20 minutes. No lie. And, when you sit in a cell for 20 minutes, it feels like an hour. You just start going through what you're gonna say. And when you get to the fucking interview, the solicitor says just say minimum about what happened. Just tell them the truth, but just say the minimum. I've gone through it in my head what I'm gonna say anyway for 20 minutes. So when they ask me fucking anything, I'm like, yep, I'm just like, I've just got too much to say because I've thought about it too much. But, my solicitor said that I said everything fine. The police asked me, did you want to, like, did you want to, did you want to force him to, force? Did you want to force the situation, or did you want to? What's that fucking noise? Did you want to? Why can't I remember words? I hate it when I forget words. Something like force. Prize. Like, they were asking me if I wanted to, like, be aggressive to stop him because I was angry. They actually asked me to fucking, like, to confess, basically. What say now? Not clamp, but like prize or pry. Did you want to leave a situation, or what did they say? I couldn't believe it. I says, what do you mean? And they went, I said exactly the same thing again. I says, yeah, but I still don't understand what you mean by that. When did you want to hurt him or aggressive? Like, did you like? I didn't say did you want to be aggressive or did you want to harm him? I think you said did you want to harm him to like stop the situation? I'm like, I'm not answering that question, and that's not even like relevant. Like it's because his statement says I was being aggressive, but then all his statement says is I was swearing and shouting, and I asked him to come outside onto public property. So that was being aggressive, but he explained why I said, like, come on. It's like, why, what are you going to do if I come out there? And I said, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck back into your box. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not being aggressive, I'm not asking to come outside for a fight. No. I'd lose anyway. A fight. A fight. I've got too much paperwork. How many times have I been sued? Seriously. How many times? Maximum life imprisonment for what? Averting the course of justice. This is for alarm, harassment and distress. I want you to sign that fucking piece of paper. You're crazy. Maximum life imprisonment. I'm not going to fucking prison for life. For alarm, harassment and distress, you're crazy. I'm definitely not signing that. Where's the bloody signed. I actually don't even know why. Like, the only claimant for this, getting kicked out of this house is Dr. Wahid Hussein. And like, I've never ever dealt with him, like, ever since I've lived here. I've never dealt with Dr. Wahid Hussein, like, since I've lived here. And then, like, as soon as fucking shit hits the fan, he shows his face, gets all this shit, and like, he's like, oh yeah, I know everything. I mean, yeah, alright. He's mainly telling the facts, apart from something else. I can't remember. It just missed everything. Racially religious. Racially religious aggravated intention racially as religious. Racially or religious. That's all that means. I don't say no fucking religious or fucking racist. So he get back in his box. So, there's too much fucking paper. There's too much paper. Have I like moved it? Maybe. Oh, that's not. Should we open water bill? I paid £120 off for this water bill, right? Out of the fucking housing markets. And then he's like, oh yeah, you're getting kicked out for being in rent arrears. You know, 1,061. That's what's been passed on at debt collection. I set up a direct debit and everything. I set up a direct debit to come out every month, so I didn't bloody spend all bloody money, you know. And then the landlord comes round and goes, oh, I'm living here now. Sits down, gets on the phone while everyone's watching TV, starts fucking jibber jabbering down the phone while everyone's watching TV. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. And he's like, no, I'm living here now. And then I'm like, okay, if your wife has kicked you out, just ring us up and go, yo, is it alright if I fucking stay with you? And he's like, I don't have to ask you anything. I can just come and go as I please. I'm like, no, you can't. You don't live here, and if you live here, go fucking clean toilet. I didn't say it in this house, but you know, I said I do fucking cleaning. I look after the house. You don't do jack shit. You don't live here, bro. Get out. Like even if you know, there's some alternate reality where you can go, I know what I'll do. I'll pay some rent into my own company, and then I'll move in, and then fucking kick everybody out on the same day. Even if there's some alternate reality where legislation would allow that to happen, I'd still say it's fucking wrong. Regardless, you know, if I were actually, I mean, maybe if I moved in with Mod and he goes, right, time to fucking move out, you know, and then I research the law and I'm going, well, you know, here's the landlord and I live with my landlord, you can give me 2 weeks notice. You know, I'd be fucking, I'd be complaining. I'd be like, that can't be right. You know, but you know, I'd have to put up with it, you know. But for him to just come round and go, I'm living here now. And then I go to my bedroom, everything fucking chills out. He's just sat down watching TV and reading out phone 24 hours a day. And then everyone just fucking leaves Umar downstairs. And he just slips a piece of paper under my door. 2 weeks notice to get out of the house. And then just moves out all of a sudden. Like, yeah, I live here now. And then as soon as they give us like fucking 2 weeks notice, like, oh, I'm moving out now. I mean, I get it. There's loopholes. Did you really think that were gonna work? Did Umar Hussein really think that were gonna work? No, the best temperature to eat a sandwich. It's butt temperature. So if you get a sandwich, tomatoes come out of the fridge, and whatever you put in your sandwich, lettuce comes out of the fridge. The best temperature to eat it at is butt temperature. Like, in between the cheeks. Not in between the cheeks, but if you sat down, you get a sandwich to the same temperature as what your butt is. That's the best temperature. It's slightly it's slightly warmer than body temperature, but your butt is actually slightly cooler. when you sat down, it just fucking increases the temperature. So, in fact, it's not butt temperature; it's above butt temperature. Like your balls your body keeps your balls cool. And, your butt gets the same treatment. So it won't get as warm as your brain. Actually, that's it. Maybe your armpits. Your armpits probably get warmer than you. But actually, I'm not sure. Not when you sat down, anyway. Where else is Where else is what would you call it? Rubbing, chafing, toes, fingers. That's it, isn't it? There's no else that chafes. Yep. Right. Legs. Your butt probably fucking chafes. Your balls chafe. Your legs chafe. That's it, right? There's no other chafing. I got a freaking scar there. Do you know 6 pricks? Look at this. Like, this is why another reason I won't take vaccines. They put the 6 pricks there. I think. No, they didn't. Did they? I'm sure they did. No, they went down with that one injection. That one TB job. It's still there. No, I don't have one tattoo on my body. Getting TB jab. Permanent bloody mark. And I've got 6 pricks marks. Never go away. It's like ruined my skin or something. 6 pricks has like killed my skin. I mean, I skateboard and I get fucking scars on my legs and shit, so I'm not that bothered. But why do I stop myself from getting tattoos? And I just let people inject shit in my body. It's like bloody talk politics, right? If you've got conflicting opinions, I'm an anarchist. So just say, somebody that's conservative or let's see if I think socialism, Labour. What other ones have we got? Whatever, just like you've got conflicting views and you're like talking to somebody. He's just telling you a load of shit and you're like, I'm an anarchist. It's like, yeah, but you should become a conservative. And it's like, yeah, but what's conservative? Conservative is when you make legislation and shit, you make fucking rules and regulations, I suppose. I'm an anarchist. I can't fucking. The only rules I can abide by is my own, and the law at the time, because I've got to. Unfortunately. Well, if you're gonna follow the law, you might as well become conservative. Like same with like vaccines and shit. You just say blah blah blah, good for you, blah blah blah, stop COVID, blah blah blah, slow the spread of COVID, blah blah blah, save the planet, blah blah blah. Vitamin D don't do shit. You get banned if you like talk about vitamin D on Facebook. But I'm an anarchist. It's just exactly the same argument. Apart from it, it's the government that are telling you this shit. I said it over and over again. Even they don't even know what they're doing. They have no idea. I had no idea. They're just like, oh, they're just going along with what the scientists say. Here's the scientist. Blah blah blah. Wear a mask. It'll be better if everybody wears a mask. It'll slow the spread of COVID. What about all the other problems that wearing a mask causes? Somebody had a fucking... Children get lower brain... What's the word? Brain power. You get a 1% loss in brain power because of mask wearing. That's what science says now. 1% loss in brain power. That would because directly because of brain power, not because of being off school or whatever. It didn't work like that. It was directly because of breathing in your own fucking CO2 too much. I don't even know how parents got their children to wear masks. Imagine my dad used to go, Joe, Scott, come in now. This was at fucking 12 o'clock at night. When I'm 11, 12, 13. Eventually they just give up. They're just like, fucking roll enough, wily enough. Imagine if they told me to wear a mask. It's just my mum and dad couldn't even get me to come inside. Actually, that might have been because of my mum and dad arguing. Well, they didn't really argue because my mum were always fucking up early, And my dad were always in bed all day because he worked nights as a musician, and so all we knew is we had to be out of the house when my dad got up, because then they mostly just ignored each other, but sometimes they'd say something. and then it's just silence for the rest of the time. So we get us tea, get something to eat, and then go back out. My dad doesn't usually get no. Well, he does. My mum always makes enough for everybody, but my dad just makes his own food most of the time. Unless we sit down together. I haven't had a food. I haven't had a poo since a long time. That can't be good for it. And then I ate some homeless food. Now. It's been like close to a week. I'm sure it has. No. Okay. I actually had diarrhea. And I was like, what's causing this? It's because you don't clean your mouthpiece. It's got to be. Yeah, no, no likes. Oh, this is a new live stream, isn't it? Right, I'll mute you while I go to the toilet. like nobody's ever said Darwin's evolutionary. I didn't even wash my hands today. Was I actually not washing them? Darwin's evolution is wrong. Nobody's come out and said it yet. It's always been wrong. Actually, it might still be right. I think maybe. They found out that Neanderthals are not related to humans. Maybe there's one Neanderthal somewhere that's related to humans. But never found a Neanderthal that has the same genetics as a human. Like, Darwin must have known that. Well, actually, he might not have known that. Maybe it was only DNA that could fucking sort that out. We know that now, but people are still like Darwin's evolution. Got to be right. I mean, could still be right. Maybe there's one Neanderthal we haven't found yet. The original Bible, or whatever it's called, it don't say we made you in my image or God's image, or what did they say? They said their image, which is fucking bizarre. The Bible says, the original written Bible, I can't remember what fucking, what's it called? The Last Testament. It says, you were made in their image. Right. Old Testament, also. You were made in their image, or something like that, like God created the world, and then he created man in their image. Their image. Not his image, my image, our image, there. So that means even the aliens were failing. If aliens created us, or some sort of whatever there is, that means there's somewhere else that we were created from. We weren't created from them. We were created from there. The other one's over there. Well, it's not over there, is it? But, it's their image. The Illuminati. What do you call him? That guy for Prometheus. What's that guy? What's the alien off of Prometheus called? That big fucking guy. Albino. It's not there. It is in the Old Testament. No, yeah. It's not TH. EIR. I don't know. I don't even know if it's that one. But it's actually a version. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image." No. In the original Bible, whichever one that is. Well, I haven't read it, but YouTube told me that it says their image. They turned the music off in Asda because of the Queen's death. Whoever's the manager at that Asda. Maybe it's what they do, to mourn somebody. Maybe that's what they do, to mourn somebody. All day, no music. I'm happy about that because it means I get to go into Asda and I don't get demonetised and I can fucking talk to you guys while I'm in Asda. But I don't understand where the manager's coming from. Oh, let's mourn the Queen by turning music off. I don't understand that. Genesis 1:26. Good morning from Oregon. Look it up. No, but it's the original Bible. The fucking, what's it called now? It's in Latin, isn't it? The original Bible. I don't have anything that's not freaking on. Press all the buttons again. It makes sense not having my internet on when my battery died. I'm gonna have to send my phone back to Samsung. Battery just does not give me. When I first started YouTube, I bought the next stage up from this phone, and it had exactly the same megapixel camera, but the quality was just a lot better on that fucking camera. It automatically stabilized, and it was just a lot crisper. I mean, this camera is I'm not bothered about this camera, but the front camera was just amazing on the other phone. I think I paid 235 quid I got like the one stage up from this. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was A20E or something. That random, wasn't it? Oh, the godsend. So I've got to put my password in now. I hate passwords for everything. I'd also hate to have all my money stolen, but you know, there's some other way we can do passwords. Cool if you could get an app and it just changes your password for you every so often. Well, that wouldn't be a good idea, would it? The app doesn't even have to be connected to internet though. If it's not connected to internet, then you can't collect your passwords from it. So it should be alright. It's Jewish. Is it Jewish? King James. Oh man, I don't know what the original Bible's called. Codex Sinaiticus. One 26. A little bit same verse in the Codex Sinaiticus. Good morning from Oregon. I can't speak Old Testament. Good morning from Bradford, West Yorkshire, in England. Old Testament, I haven't been. Oh my god, I'm so stiff. So stiff, man. I haven't been religious since my wife ran off with my. I actually thought you were gonna say like priest or vicar or something. Like, when you said preacher, I was like, it's still funny, but it's more. You're not being serious. That could have actually happened. Actually, I don't know. Preachers celibate. Good morning from it. There should be celibate preachers, shouldn't there? I bet they're not. I bet their preachers are definitely not celibate either. The house is awfully lonely since she left. Are you talking about Torah? I don't know, but somebody said that, like, I think it was the Bible before the Old Testament. No, it's the fucking Jewish Bible. Is it the Jewish Bible? How do I search this? Which Bible? Father God, say we were made in their image. You can assume that God and the angels have a head. You only get one page of search now. Can't I go to the next page? Where's the fucking next page? Does Google only give you one page now? What the hell? Genesis 1:26. No. Hebrew Bible. Torah in the Hebrew Bible. Let us make mankind in our image. No, it's before that. It's Latin. It's the Latin Bible. Let's just fucking list of Bibles. They won't be called Bibles, would they? King James. It's not the Bible, is it? Which one's Latin? That's all we know. Bible in Latin. It's secret knowledge, I don't know. I need to watch the video again, I suppose. It was always talking about there. It was never talking about God. It was always talking about fallen angels and and then there, they always refer to them as there because it's them as a collective. Fallen angels and the gods. They were beings, man. I mean, maybe there were one supreme God in charge of all the fallen angels, I suppose, but it didn't say in God's image. I guarantee it. You just want you won't say that. It don't make sense. How can you be made in God's image? And nobody knows what God looks like. You can't write something like that. You can't fucking make that up. can't actually make that up. Because you don't know what God looks like. Nobody does. Unless they do know what God looks like. And it was the fallen angels and the collective, and them as a collective. I mean, people looked at them as gods, but the angels all had fucking physical bodies. The Holy Ghost was like man-shaped. As far as I know. God is a comedian and we are the punchline. Not keen on Indian food. My wife had an affair with a local Indian restaurant owner. This was before the preacher. I took her back like a fool. Your wife didn't really go out, like leave you for a preacher, surely not. Maybe I shouldn't say that, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? I mean, you know, he's only a preacher in his preacher time, you know, he's probably not as fucking annoying as that. I do find preachers annoying. I mean, I get it, right? People want to express their knowledge of the Bible and their translations, but I take fucking books as literal and informative. So if someone says that someone parted the Red Sea and led all the fucking the Jesuits, is that what they were called? I can't remember. Led all the people to salvation through the Red Sea. I'm just like, you know, there's got to be a reasonable explanation. There's got to be a reasonable explanation. I said what they did is because there were so many people, they just all jumped in the water at the same time and just like gradually added more and more people just jumping in the water. And eventually it just like created this fucking balance of like it just like all the fucking people bouncing together just pushed the thing aside and all they had to do was just keep bouncing as they walk along. But you know, that's because I'm a simpleton. They probably had fucking some sort of technology to help them. It's the only explanation, you know. You can't part the Red Sea. It's impossible for us unless there's some sort of bloody higher knowledge. And it's not God. Well, maybe it was from God, but the gods that I think they're talking about is aliens, or maybe they weren't aliens. Maybe they were here all along, but they failed, so they decided to experiment with humans, and this is the result. I have no real evidence to back it up. It's just like years of fucking shit that I've collected in there. I've got a fucking super bad headache. It's like gradually getting worse, you know? Can't be strong with it really. It's just different. It's just a different drug. But like ibuprofen seems like proper, like almost like more than 2 times stronger than paracetamol. I don't like that. Plus ibuprofen makes me feel sick for some reason. Masoretic text. Is that the one? That sounds right. Or is it the Dead Sea Scrolls? I don't know. Oh, my head. Putting my hands on my forehead actually like just feels like the heat's just dissipating through. Actually, I'm long now. It's too long. It's too fucking long. Sometimes I feel like something's going to happen, so I like leave my shoes on. Maybe I might need our shoes on. I'm paranoid. But mainly because I just think my landlord's going to come round and like can't really. I can't not have my shoes on. This film's too much. I'm gonna watch it because I've never seen it. I have to lay down for a bit. You say minus 70. Minus 75. No matter, does it? Minus 17 in the fucking measurement is enough to destroy you. Right, I'm going. So now we could have parted the Red Sea. If I could show this big combination as well, and he drives a Mercedes Benz. I don't know about that. I think God has agreed on the alcohol. Shimmels. I've heard of it. I don't know. JoeKingAudits out. I'm sorry, I've got a headache. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.